It's bad news for Vinícius Júnior, bad news for Brazil, worse news for Real Madrid. Their injury list continues to grow. Also during this international break, Eduardo Camavinga, serious knee injury for him, training with France. He's out for months. Jude Bellingham still on the mend with the shoulder. Plus, look at the goalies there, both Thibaut Courtois and Kepa on the list. Nothing short of a crisis there for Real Madrid. Welcome into the show, our good friend and colleague, Gab Marcotti. But we'll start it here in the studio. Craig, this Vini Junior injury, just how big a blow is it for Real Madrid?
Do you think anybody's thinking now, gosh, I wish we hadn't let Eden Hazard go?
No.
No, I don't think so either. We're not. We're at quite an injury-strewn position with Real Madrid, but we've not quite got that far. This is huge. We saw that list of injuries there. We know Bellingham's out short term. We know there's a heavy reliance on Vinícius Júnior and Rodrigo to play through the middle. Joselu has played some games. He's probably going to have to play a lot more now. Rodrigo certainly has been the weaker of the partnership up front and has had some criticism. So that's more pressure on him, more pressure on Bellingham. And I lied to that. Camavinga's out. Tchouaméni's already out. We've seen already this season when Real Madrid have had to play Kroos and Modric, when Ancelotti was not forced to do it, but did it in the Madrid derby. It was horrible. And as good a players as they are, it is crystal clear it is difficult to shoehorn those two in unless it's a game where they're just completely superior. So this has got ramifications all the way through the team. I don't know if it's the same hamstring that he did.
It's not. It's the other leg.
One where
this is a more serious injury.
The one where they stupidly put him back on the field with a bit of tape, and he went for a run and he had to come off and he was out. So clearly he's got issues across the board on both hamstrings. So it is big because we've sat here and we've said, if the goals dry up for Bellingham, who's going to produce the goods? Can these two do it, Vinícius and Rodrigo? They've started to look better as a partnership, but now obviously he's out. The whole thing for Ancelotti is just going to change. They have got, I'm going to say, a relatively soft schedule coming up. They've got obviously some Champions League games. One of them is Union Berlin. They've got Betis. They haven't got the most difficult of schedule, but still, it's a big blow for them.
Yeah, Shaq, we look at this schedule, maybe they could handle this, but the goal, obviously, Champions League, La Liga. Do you think these injuries could derail Real Madrid's season?
Listen, I think as long as Vinícius Júnior comes back 100%, in that 8 to 10 weeks, when the season gets really meaningful, if we can rediscover that partnership with Rodrigo, which I'm with Craig, that it was really starting to take shape, it may not be all that damaging. Whether Girona can continue the form that they're showing early this season, through the long term, we'll have to wait to see. Barcelona, while they're grinding out results, not pulling up trees in terms of performances themselves, so maybe they can cope. But this is for a longer term in terms of how does this continue to impact Vinícius Júnior? What exactly is going on within Real Madrid for all these injuries? This surely cannot continue. As Ali pointed out yesterday, the doctor already fired. Those are some of the longer term questions. Can they cope with this 8 to 10 weeks? Yes. If when he comes back, everything just falls nicely into place.
One of the salvations could be, Shaq mentioned Girona. It's a great story. Will it continue? It could, but it's surely going to hit some bumps in the road. And if it does that, the other question for Real Madrid is, are Barcelona going to put a 8 to 10 winning game streak together? And it doesn't look likely, if we're being honest about it. Yeah, they've got some results recently, but they played really poorly. And then you look at Atleti, who have been in decent form, did lose to Las Palmas, but certainly have the best front pairing in the league at the moment in Griezmann and Morata. So there may be some salvation that nobody's out there in La Liga saying, right, we're going to run away with this, but they're still going to have to pick up enough results. Look, they have the right man in charge to deal with this situation. They brought Joselu in to beef up the squad, so he's going to probably have to play a big part over the next couple of months.
Gab, do you think Real Madrid will have to dip into the January transfer window here to overcome all these injuries, or is the squad deep enough to overcome it on its own?
I think they'll probably want to. One guy we didn't mention is Brahim Diaz. I think obviously this is where he needs to step up. And as Craig said, short term, I don't think that those injuries give you that much trouble given the opposition. They'll still win their group in the Champions League, but it's going forward because you're asked to play the second part of the season with just three front men, Jose, Rodrigo, Vinícius, and Vinícius already going down twice now, 2 injuries. I think it's too thin a margin, and whether it's a loan move or something else, I just think you need another body in the mix.